Science is what we know, and philosophy is what we don't know. What is best in mathematics deserves not merely to be learnt as a task, but to be assimilated as a part of daily thought, and brought again and again before the mind with ever-renewed encouragement. Physics is mathematical, not because we know so much about the physical world, but because we know so little. It is only its mathematical properties that we can discover. Change is scientific. Progress is ethical. Change is indubitable, whereas progress is a matter of controversy. Science may set limits to knowledge, but should not set limits to imagination. A hallucination is a fact, not an error. What is erroneous is a judgment based upon it. A conclusion that, while it is true that science cannot decide questions of value, that is because they cannot be intellectually decided at all, and lie outside the realm of truth and falsehood. Whatever knowledge is attainable must be attained by scientific methods, and what science cannot discover, mankind cannot know. Religion is something left over from the infancy of our intelligence. It will fade away as we adopt reason and science as our guidelines. The fact that an opinion has been widely held is no evidence whatever that it is not utterly absurd. Indeed, in view of the silliness of the majority of mankind, a widely spread belief is more likely to be foolish than sensible. Science seems to be at war with itself. Naive realism leads to physics, and physics, if true, shows naive realism to be false. Therefore, naive realism, if true, is false. Therefore, it is false. We know very little, and yet it is astonishing that we know so much, and still more astonishing that so little knowledge can give us so much power. Men are born ignorant, not stupid. They are made stupid by education. The trouble with the world is that the stupid are cocksure, and the intelligent are full of doubt. The scientific attitude of mind involves a sweeping away of all other desires in the interest of the desire to know. Even if the open windows of science at first make us shiver after the cozy indoor warmth of traditional humanizing myths, in the end, the fresh air brings vigor, and the great spaces have a splendor of their own. Gradually, the aspect of science as knowledge is being thrust into the background by the aspect of science as the power of manipulating nature. It is because science gives us the power of manipulating nature that it has more social importance than art. Science, as the pursuit of truth, is the equal, but not the superior of art. Science, as a technique, though it may have little intrinsic value, has a practical importance to which art cannot aspire. Organic life, we are told, has developed gradually from the protozoan to the philosopher, And this development, we are assured, is indubitably an advance. Unfortunately, it is the philosopher, not the protozoan, who gives us this assurance. I think it would be just to say the most essential characteristic of mind is memory, using this word in its broadest sense to include every influence of past experience on present reactions. Man, his origin, his growth, his hopes and fears, his loves and his beliefs are but the outcome of accident collocations of atoms, that no fire, no heroism, no intensity of thought and feeling can preserve an individual life beyond the grave. That all the labor of the ages, all the devotion, all the inspiration, all the noonday brightness of human genius are destined to extinction in the vast death of the solar system, and that the whole temple of man's achievement must inevitably be buried beneath the debris of a universe in ruins. The universe may have a purpose, but nothing we know suggests that, if so, this purpose has any similarity to ours. And if there were a God, I think it very unlikely that he would have such an uneasy vanity as to be offended by those who doubt his existence.